Okay, so here we have our four ingredients to make our mix. We have our manure, yum, our potting soil, and our silt and our clay. We have silt and clay together to make like a pudding, like consistency mixture, just so they can mix. Because if we put everything together, then it won't be able to mix and all clump together. So what I do is just kind of put it in maybe the two different bowls. By the way, all these mixtures are all sieved through the number 4, so they all pass the number 4. And the potting soil and the manure have like wood chips, so you probably want to help take those out because in the future test, so you won't want a lot of, you don't want like some giant wood chips. So now we're going to add water to our mixtures, and we want it to end up at like a pudding consistency. So now that you've mixed and declumped your clay and silt mix, it should look kind of like this. You can see it. So now I've declumped it. So now we're ready to put in the potting soil and we just need to get it all in together. So we're going to need to add water also later, but now that this is really wet, we can mix that together.
Can we add the manure at the same time? Or
Yeah, we should add both, just to have it be closer. Now we have manure and everything, so just gotta mix it around.
Excellent.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, now we've come to the right consistency. We've mixed both of these buckets together so that the mix is uniform. And we have a consistency that's pretty soupy, but still thick enough that it won't sink into the peat layers as we layer it in the bucket. And it's also wet enough that it won't take water from out of the peat layers. Now we're ready to put it in the bucket.
For the peaty layer of the bulk sample creation, acquire a sufficient amount of peaty material from the moss peat supply bag. Now, sufficient depends on the size of the bucket that will be used to construct the bulk sample. The trick is to get a little bit more than what you think will complete the batch. Next, place the peat in a container and submerge in water. Soak the peat for at least 1 day to allow complete saturation. Now, from past experience, it's best to start with smaller bits of peat. So break down any large chunks so that it can fully saturate prior to layering in the bucket.